Well, we've spoken to Anna Contini of FoodLink about what that organization does to get food and produce to the tables of our people in the restaurants and at home. And another important part of that puzzle is, of course, family farms. And one of those is Stevanus Family Farm. And I'm really pleased to be here today with Dale and Linda. And they're going to tell us a little bit about what you do with FoodLink in terms of the produce that you produce for the region.
Well, we became involved when my son noticed them on the internet. And it was too late for the first year, so the second year we got in and got a membership. And then they provided the event of Taste Local, Taste Fresh. And we were paired up with a restaurant and really enjoyed it. And after that event, I took the passport that they give everyone and took some samples of our produce to some of the restaurants that were in our area.
And Dale, give us a little bit of the background on Stevanus Family Farm. How long have you been here? What's the general scope of what you do here at Stevanus?
Okay, it was a little bit of a history behind it because Linda and I both came from families where market gardening was a significant part of our daily life. And even my grandfather before that on this farmland and back heading towards Maryhill had huge fields of cabbage that they then developed a sauerkraut business out of. So both of our families have been involved in growing vegetables for quite some years. When I was young, my mother couldn't keep me in the garden. Now that I'm older, you can't keep us out of the garden. So we started back when our kids were young. And now we're about 4 acres of garden here.
And Linda, how has this season been for growing? It's kind of a unique summer, I think. People generally admit. What's your perspective on how the summer has been from your perspective as a farmer?
Oh, the weather's been great up until the last little while with no rain, but I'm not complaining because last year was a terrible year and produce has been in abundance.
So we're going to see a lot of good stuff coming.
That's right, yeah.
Well, maybe that's a good point then to bring the other part of the puzzle in here, and that's a guy who is no puzzle at all to people in the region. Nick Benninger of Uptown, Nick and Nat's Uptown 21. I want to welcome you to the show, and I also want to sort of get an idea about how you two guys get together with local farmers and create dishes for your restaurant. I'm interested in knowing, does the conception of the dish come first, or do you wander out here and see, oh, there's some produce, I want to cook something with that? How does that work?
Definitely the latter. It proves very beneficial to remain flexible and just have them tell me what's best right now and make a dish with it. And at the restaurant, that's been a key part of our focus since day one. Part of that concept came from working with these guys for so long and knowing that that's the best way to operate. When zucchini's perfect, it's the best time to use it, so use it. If you get set in an idea, you can't really cook local because you just, like they said about last summer was a terrible year, so this summer's been a great year. The flexibility is what keeps you going, and if you're willing to remain flexible, you can keep the price where you can afford it and so on. So.
When we were talking to Anna, we noticed you guys in the background sort of looking at the produce and talking. What was happening in that conversation? Are you asking questions that are sort of for education purposes, or are you saying, is this zucchini ready to go? Is it going to be too big for what I want to do? You get sort of technical training that way?
Yeah, it's a little bit of me wanting to learn and Dale wanting to show off, I think. He's a proud farmer, so he likes to kick the stones a little bit when we get a chance. So. And of course I have a ton of questions. I mean, I see the stuff every day, but it comes in a bushel and it's clean and it's ready to go. So it's great to see, for instance, the okra flowering over there or whatever it is. It's great to have a deeper connection with food. The further it goes, the more I feel the chef respects it and treats it with the integrity it deserves. So.
And Dale, when you're a farmer and a chef like Nick comes to you to ask, I want to do something, what should I do? It sort of, I guess it gives you a little bit of energy and imagination to try to create a product or to grow a product that can service the local industry as well.
Oh, without a doubt. Nick and I have pondered over a number of things when he talks about various dishes, and I sit back and I think, well, let's see, can we grow that here? A good example would be our sweet potatoes, and we've been told for years that you can't grow sweet potatoes in Waterloo County. Well, we're living proof that that is not the case. We can grow it here just like anybody else in southern Ontario or in the States.
Nick, tell us a little bit about this special zucchini that I understand you have holding.
Yeah, this is an Italian zucchini that, as far as I can tell, is pretty unique. I don't see it in a lot of restaurants. It's and I personally loathe zucchini, don't like it at all. This is an example of zucchini that I've actually appreciated. It's got a nice nutty flavor to it, and the texture remains a little starchy, like it doesn't get that sort of mouthfeel that other zucchinis can get when they cook. So I'm a big fan of it. Not just that, but it keeps us unique. And dealing with produce like this, beautiful, unique, just really good fresh produce is what helps my job be a lot easier. If I've got this coming in my door, then I'm already 2 or 3 steps ahead of my neighboring restaurant. So
and this is an example of the farmer trying to produce something sort of to your specifications.
Absolutely, they came to me with great excitement when they finally grew this, and it's that kind of exchange back and forth that I think fuels both ends of the relationship. Is their excitement to bring me something new and exciting, and my thrill at being able to cook with it and being among the only people in town getting such great produce. So.
The Taste Local, Taste Fresh event that's coming up, is that something that you get excited about? Does it sort of get the creative juices flowing? You like being in that atmosphere and environment?
This is something I've done since day one with FoodLink. It's definitely my favorite event of the year. I don't think anything encompasses the feel of local food more than that event. And it encourages every chef and every restaurant there to continue to connect with the farmers. And it makes it a lot easier for the farmers to meet the chefs. Linda's really good at getting to the restaurants and putting the produce right in their kitchens. Not every farmer is, so this is a great, and chefs are a lazy, shy lot that just like to stay in their kitchen.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's a great opportunity to get them together and force the connections. So.
And Linda, from your perspective, again, is it something that you look forward to each year? Is it an exciting place for you to be, to sort of get the word out about local produce and work with a chef like Nick?
Oh, it's a great event. You not only meet lots of people and make connections, but you get to try the food that the chefs have made and what other farms are doing as well.
Well, FoodLink's big Taste Local, Taste Fresh event is coming up on September 19th. Visit foodlink.ca for more information. And it's been a real privilege to be here with Nick Benninger of Uptown 21 and the Stevanus folks from Stevanus Family Farms. This is a team that puts food in our restaurants and on our tables, and I encourage you to get out and visit local farms, visit local restaurants that are working with local produce.